Episode 15.
Episode 15.
My brothers.
Man,
I just want to party with Cardi.
damn, one shot.
I thought he wants to. Niggas want to party with. People want to party with Archie. How about that? Makes sense.
I was, what's that Cardi B song? As soon as I took that shot, that shit came into my head. That was back
Cardi.
when.
Cardi.
Yeah, I think that's where she got her name from.
And Hennessy. Yeah, that's what their mama named her, of Bacardi and Hennessy.
I'm gonna learn to blur this shit. I don't have time to keep reaching.
Yeah, keep it right there.
Sponsors.
Yeah, Modelo. Yeah. Miller Lite. Where the fuck y'all at?
Dos Equis.
Yeah. Corona.
On that note, alrighty, welcome back to the Lyrically Acclaimed podcast. I'm your host, Ill-Minded Tazz, and to the left of me, he's back. The one and only Uncle D, back in the building.
Had to handle some stuff.
Y'all can finally see him now.
Give that man some claps.
Which one?
Well, wait, yeah, let's not just press it. Hey! Hey, yeah, there you go. Hey, that was better than the clap.
That was better than the clap. Nice introduction. And to the right of me, you know who he is. The one and only ARCAIG man.
What was that? I don't know if
You just had one shot. Mess up the whole name. God damn.
Brother ran all the letters together.
Ran it together.
Archie.
Yeah, Archie. Archie boy in the building.
Well, since they can't say my name right, Archie. Just play. What's up? Glad to be here. I'm glad we got the triad back together.
Facts.
Yeah, I missed y'all, bro.
Yeah, we missed you too, bro.
You know what I mean?
It's cool doing the episodes just me and him, but you
It's
can
something
feel
special.
You can feel that
something
element
special when the three
missing.
of us
Yeah,
together.
The bullshit element?
yeah, of course. The bullshit element. Nah, it's not bullshit.
Yeah, but there's always something special. There's always something special when all three of us is here. Mm-hmm. The different perspectives. You know what I mean? Like we said, the three-headed Hydra is in the building again. So,
Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
So, you know how we always do this. How's everybody been doing?
Getting through it.
Just got into a new place.
Hell yeah.
Trying to fucking survive because you know how much housing costs nowadays. Mm-hmm. But other than that, it seems like things are starting to finally calm down at work a little bit.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. How about yourself, Taz?
Well,
Before we get to you, bro, I'm excited for what Archie gonna have us.
what was that swimming thing?
I was trying to find the word, but then it just left. I was just like, come on. But yeah, Archie got the new place, and
Oh yeah, big things coming
Big
soon.
things coming soon.
Yeah. I don't want to. Well, y'all gonna see the change.
Just know there's gonna be a change in scenery
It's gonna be a
here
complete change in scenery,
in
thanks
a few
to
weeks.
Archie.
Archie got us a hookup for a little in-house studio. You know what I mean?
Hey,
It's gonna be different.
y'all
Just-
gonna
just-
be
just
taking
stay
us way
tuned.
serious. Yeah.
Just stay tuned. It's gonna be different. You already know. Lyrically Acclaimed is coming up in this bitch. You feel me?
Yeah. So how you been, bro?
I've been good. Just going through it. Life, taking it day after day. Same thing. Trying to find a new spot for us. You know what I mean? Family getting bigger. And yeah. But besides that, like Archie said, the work is kind of calming down. Thank God. Because we've been running for the past few weeks, damn near 2 months.
Yeah.
We've been running for 2 months, back to back, nonstop. So it's getting kind of chill. So I'm kind of good. How about you, Uncle D?
It's all right. Internal things in the family, just trying to take care of it. But
Yeah,
I'll figure something out.
I hear that.
Yeah,
I hear
understandable.
that.
Yeah.
See, whew. That's what people don't understand. Like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things that we go through that sometimes you got to keep other people happy just for you to be happy. And it's tough, though.
Yeah. does life, the life of trying to balance this and regular life can be rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I did have a question for y'all before we get serious,
Mm-hmm.
because I like to talk some bullshit before we.
Come on, get down with it. Get
See
down
Uncle
with
D
it.
back. You see how it goes?
Yeah, let's do this.
Golly.
In your younger years, have y'all ever fumbled women? Like just, you thinking you got everything, and then next thing you know, like you had it in the palm of your hands. It's just handed to you, but then
You just slipped.
yeah.
Yeah. I think we all have.
Yeah, I think it's just a part of just a man's, like, being a man. Like, that's the way you learn to deal with women. You got to drop some to carry carry the one. You got to crack a few eggs to make an omelet.
Yeah.
Because, man, in my extensive career of being a man whore, I definitely fumbled a lot. I fumbled some bags, and then I fumbled some major bags that came with a lot of repercussions. But through at the end of the day, man, you learn, you live and you learn.
So I had a few experiences. It was like in college, and then the year after college, right before I came back to the States. So right out of my last year in high school, there was a friend of mine. She was, we was close, like real friendly, but I wasn't attracted to her. I kind of seen it as a sign after everything that happened, because it was the last day we going home, and I got Daniel with me and him going to the same school, but I got to take care of him.
Yeah. Younger brother.
Yeah. She came and asked me to go home with her. We ain't had to study. There was no exam, no homework, no nothing like that. So I knew what it was. But I wasn't attracted to her the whole time. I know she was really friendly to me. And, I just realized it, but I let it be because I wanted her friend. And for me, that didn't even work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had a decision. Leave my brother in Grenville to chase tail. Or be safe and not get my ass beat and go home.
So you've been safe?
Yeah, I went home, bro.
I would have chosen not getting my ass beat too.
Yeah,
I
that's
think.
facts.
I went home.
Oh,
Didn't see the girl again for a couple months. When I did, she was pregnant.
Way.
So I just looked at it. I was like, well,
Whoa.
might have been me.
That's
Because-
wild. Hold on. The question is, you know how much months she was pregnant?
It was a few months. It wasn't that long. It was like summer. Probably, that's a short time. So, that's like 2-3 months.
No, I'm talking about for her though. Like, was she?
I don't know. Because she was.
That's how you trap a man.
That is how you.
That's how you trap a man.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Baby daddy ain't trying to be there. He's like the next one up.
Yeah, let me let him hit. And then
he's gonna,
I
like,
pop out pregnant.
pregnant.
Yeah, now I got him stuck.
Yeah, and,
Golly.
being in the Caribbean, being an American in the Caribbean,
Yeah, different. They see us different.
I'm just a dollar sign. I'm not even.
Yeah.
Oh, they treating you like a lick.
Yep. They feel that you got it, no matter if you came from. Because when you go foreign, they think that you got it like
It's
that.
crazy. They thought I had money the whole time. I was broke. Shit, I didn't even have a job yet.
Not to them. They say he came here.
It
with
didn't help that the place we was renting was a big house.
money. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so
Man,
y'all
so
look
when
like y'all have
I
big
get off
money.
the bus, you're seeing this 2-story house.
And they looking at you like, can't
yeah.
be broke. He do got
Yeah,
money.
his
Let
family
me
got
tell you
bread.
this. You was staying in Mackey. That's near the,
If anybody don't know what we're talking about the island of Grenada.
Yeah.
Because I realized we haven't
started naming stuff.
disclosed it. We are talking about the island of Grenada here. This is where our family's from. This is where we're from. So let's give you a disclaimer there.
Yeah. So anytime I went home or anywhere, I'm just getting picked up and dropped off in front of this big house.
Yeah, I can see why people might think
Yeah,
something.
thought I had
can
money.
see. Yeah.
I was just living on the first floor, bro. Like,
So we just renting first.
I didn't get access to the whole house.
We just got the first.
floor.
That's not what they saw.
Yeah, no.
They
And
saw
it was-
the whole house.
It was gated,
Yep.
like
you see?
steel gate,
yeah.
brick wall.
They said that man came. He came rich. He's like, this is what it is. He's a rich guy.
But yeah, that instant happened, and I think it's fine to talk about this. When I got out of college, I ended up having to go work in a supermarket. Made a good friend, and ended up. That's really where I started getting involved with older women. But the bad thing about me was I was a really thirsty dude. Like, how should I put this? Basically, I did whatever women wanted without getting anything in return.
I think we've all been there at some point.
Yeah.
Real talk.
So
I mean,
I was
nose wide open.
that thirsty. Just
Yeah.
whatever you want. And I performed a lot of sexual favors without actually penetrating anything.
Damn, she just used
So I
you.
just think I was
young.
happy with what I got. Like,
Yeah.
At least you say that you got this far. It's
Hey,
like,
but-
shit.
Hey,
You was thinking, yeah, I got this far.
yeah. Hey,
like
you
over
know
time,
what?
you know, time passed. 1 month, 3 months, still nothing. And
My man was in there for the long game.
How old,
Bro.
how old were you? You said.
this was, I want to say like 18, 19.
Oh well, see,
Mm,
you
so
ain't,
young.
you ain't, yeah, you ain't really
Yeah, bro.
ready. You know, you think you know, because I mean, think about that. I don't know how old this woman was, but she was older than
older.
you. Then yeah, she know how to play the game. But me as an 18-year-old, I was just happy if some cooch smiled at me. And then back then I I ain't gonna say that. But back then, yeah, I wouldn't even make it to the sheets. I'd be so damn happy.
But yeah, bro, like, and it's multiple. No, there was 3 older women I dealt with, and it was like friend of friend type thing. So one got away with one thing, they just used me
Until, yeah.
I think, man,
Shit.
you know, I don't really consider. I feel like, man, that don't seem like you fumbling. That's more of like.
Yeah, but
these
you know when
evil, well, not evil. That may be a strong
See,
word.
the thing is, it's
These
hard to
crazy
say, like-
females.
yeah, there's
Because I agree with what he said, because fumbling means like the signs was there.
Everything was perfect.
And
you
then
just-
after that, you yourself like didn't pick up on the signs. Like she could just go like bam, and you're like,
That-
oh, okay. And then you like, you gonna get dressed, or you know what I mean, something like that.
I feel like what I'm hearing is there's a bunch of women who saw a good-hearted
That took advantage.
took advantage of.
good hearted, thirsty. Bro. Like, I was-
No, see, women be killing me. They make us think shit like that. But being able to have caring don't make you thirsty. Fucking wanting to be around somebody that you like don't make you thirsty. That shit don't make you thirsty. That means that you like the person you're around, right? I thought that because
Yeah,
women
yeah.
nowadays, you could be. It's kind of almost like
I doubt that
the
would happen
old
now, bro.
adage.
No, that situation I ended up being in, I doubt that would happen.
Oh yeah,
now.
because you know better. Yeah, you know better.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like women will treat women. Some women, let me put it like that. I ain't trying to be in a dochi situation. Some women are just prone to. I'm looking for the weak link, and I'm gonna run them over, and I'm gonna treat them bad. I got did like that.
I was weak
my
as hell.
biggest my biggest relationship in high school. This girl did me so dirty. It's what Emotionless is about. That's why I wrote that song, because it changed the way I viewed love and stuff like that. Because I thought I was in love with this girl, and like from looking back, yeah, I was like, damn, I might have been a little thirsty, but no, I was young. I was what's the word I'm looking for? Innocent. I didn't really know no better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just really liked her, and I wanted to spend time with her. And she would give me the little tidbits to keep me going, and then I'm finding out like she's just doing me dirty on the back end. And then we break up. She break up with me. I wasn't strong enough to break up with her because I liked her a lot. And then she break up with me. I'd be sad. A month, 2 months go by. She come back in my life. Now I done forgot everything. I'm right back in the
Just
situation. Yeah. She just do. I was basically clay in her hands. She could make me whatever she wanted me until the day that I was like, F this. Matter of fact, there's so many girls that be trying to holler at me, and I'm stuck. I'm sitting here,
chasing you. Yeah.
I'm like, man, it dawned on me. I was like, I am 16. Why am I trying to find my forever love?
Facts.
For real. Like, for real. If she can be out there doing what she doing, I could be doing it too. You know what I'm saying? She having fun. I'm over here sad with my heart in my hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Making sad boy music.
Yeah, real shit. Boy, look, I ain't gonna lie. That girl had me all types of twisted up. For real, bro. But I don't think that represents you being a fumbler or you being thirsty, man. It shows that, to me, I don't know the full extent of the situations or nothing like that, but just knowing you as a person, you're a good dude.
Here's what I'm not going to go deep into it, but they tried out most of their kinks on me. So
That's what I say. That's more taking, but still, it's more of a taking advantage because at the end of the day,
they were just using.
They were just using. That's what I'm saying. It's a take advantage situation.
It's like that's the one type of time I accepted getting used because.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't mind just being used sometimes for sex purposes. Just play.
but yeah.
My girl gonna hear this.
I'll have some sit down when you get home.
Yeah, well, you know it is what it is.
Well, it is what it is.
What about you? What's time you been? Just had let a woman take advantage of you. Butterfingered it up. Butterfinger.
Bro, more for me. For a minute there, I didn't know how to read the room. I ain't gonna lie to you. There's multiple. Just never knew how to read the room about it. Cause the way I am, like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, younger me was more like I could joke around with women and things. And now, plus I was shy, especially when you like somebody. I kind of get like that nervous and shy shit.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of times with me, and this was as general, is that even if somebody had liked me, I could have never told because I'm more looking at you like more friend wise or thing. But if they never expressed it, and sometimes that used to be my downfall. If I wait for them to express it, they ain't gonna never express it. So then I lose out on certain shorties. So that's how, for me, I never really knew how to read the room. Younger me never really knew how to read the room about shit.
Yeah. I'll say, even on that level, I remember it was probably like 17, maybe a little younger. Man, there was this really cool girl that I met. Me and my homies used to hang out at this park at this elementary school called Ben Marlem. One day we were just there, and we seen these girls. Didn't know where they came from. Didn't know who they were. Mm-hmm. Anyway, they ended up being these chicks from Odessa that was just down here. They were just out here mobbing around, just trying to find something to do. Anyway, I met this one girl, and she was cool, you know, really cool girl. I met her mama. You know, I went up to Odessa, but how I fumbled that is, I have a knack. For some reason, I find really good women. And like really good women, they come into my life that like, but they ain't the type of women that want. They're not loose. You know what I'm saying? If you get what I'm trying to say, and they want to build something. They want family. They want a future. You know, they're not just for the moment. But me, I was for the moment. You know what I'm saying? And like, really good girl. And I'm more focused on she trying to actually date me. And I'm like, nah, you know, I'm trying to just hunch. You know what I mean? Fumbled that shit to the T because at the end of the day, no woman wants to be looked at as just a piece of meat.
Yeah.
And that's something it took me to being like 20 something years old to realize.
You know what's crazy? I feel there's really one I could say. But it's always the crazy thing about me and this girl. Our lines is like for a minute there, from younger till we got a little bit older, it never crossed the same. So it would be like when I'm single, she wasn't single. And then when she's single, I wasn't single. And that went on for a good minute. Until we finally both we both became single at the same time. And that's why I said I didn't read the room at the moment. Didn't read the room. Because when that finally happened, it's like she came back and we started talking. But because of how everything was and certain things that she said, I didn't pick up like I should have, try to express more or try to see where this goes. So I just took it as, she's not looking for something. Whereas, like, I've been on the market and I'm like, I'm looking for something. Like, I can't. So that one, I could say I probably did fumble on that one. Because it's been so many years we tried. And then when we finally got together, it, it's like me. I feel, I'm blaming it's me. I go like, yo, I didn't get a chance.
Man,
I didn't take the chance. I should say, I didn't take the chance.
I mean, but so like, you know what I mean? You think. So, all right. Did y'all, so for years, y'all were going back and forth, like on and off. And then when y'all finally got the chance, y'all were.
Yeah, it was.
It just didn't last, or what?
It's not the fact it didn't last.
Apart.
I feel like the opportunity was presented to me.
And you didn't take
and I didn't take it.
Oh, well, I mean,
yeah.
So
that
fumble?
that was technically I fumbled. That's a fumble.
No.
Yes, it
That's
is.
more of a fumble because he didn't pay attention.
That's what I'm saying.
But were you looking or were you trying to be in a relationship at that time, or you were just?
That's what I'm saying. Yes, that's what I said. Based off of certain words that were said, but the opportunity was still there.
Oh, got you. Yeah, that's a pure ass fumble. You might as well have grease on your hands.
That's what I'm saying. That's a fumble. So that's what I fumbled that one. So
boy might as well be washing his hands in avocado oil. God dang. Yeah, that's a fumble. Yeah, because if it's that glaringly obvious and you're just like, huh? What?
Squirrel.
Like, this shit gonna breeze right by you. Yeah,
exactly. So that was one fumble. I could.
Yeah, my fumbles have just been literally sexual fumbles. Like, I have friends that they're attracted to me. They want to do something. I think I told Tazz this story once. Went to a girl's house. Parents wasn't home. And that's the thing that gets me. I can't, I
put two and two together?
No, it's not that. I freak out, bro. When the parents ain't home and I know the father is strict.
You're like, oh shit, I ain't trying to
die. I'm constantly on alert trying to hear if somebody's pulling up, bro.
Yeah.
So, I went to the girl's house, just chilling on the couch. She comes out, I guess she had to walk past the living room to get to her bathroom. Comes out in a towel, dances around. She's trying to get my attention to come in there with her. Mm-hmm. And I'm focused on fucking outside sounds, bro.
Well, I mean, part of you, it's right because you.
And the thing is, I'm there sitting. I am literally planning my escape route. I'm looking outside, trying to see if that bush down there could break my fall if I got to jump out the window.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. By the time I realize it, she's done fully dressed and be like, "Oh, you want to go take a walk?" I'm like,
"Yeah." He's like, "Damn."
She done did everything, and I'm thinking just a couple seconds went by. She done did her thing and moved on from the thought.
See, I don't know if I've ever fumbled like that. There was and it wasn't even a fumble. There is this situation when I was younger. There's this situation where I was younger. I was partying with I was partying with my girlfriend at the time and a few of her friends, right? And we were in the pool. We were getting wasted. I want to say I was probably 18, 19. We were just young and in the pool. All the adults don't know where they were, but we were getting fucked up. I think they all went out of town. and we were at my girlfriend's at the time's house. This girl had money, or her parents had money, right? Anyway, we're in the pool. It's just me. I'm the only guy. I'm the only guy around 3 women. Yeah, and everybody's fucked up. Everybody's wasted. And the reason why I don't consider this much of a fumble is I think it's just me being morally right. I think about it some days like, damn, I should have, because I ain't even with the girl no more. You know what I mean? I should have did it. But anyway, we all got wasted. I'm talking about we in the pool. They topless in the pool. I'm having the night of my life. I'm drinking, but I'm not drinking as much. You know.
Guy's dream.
And then we get into the house. My girl kind of fell asleep, and they were like, "You should come in here with us. We're sleeping in here. You should come in here with us." And I was like, "Nah, I can't do that."
That's a hard.
Yes, because it's like I was like, man,
You did
At the time?
You did a moral fumble. You did the right.
Yeah.
it was I
You
did
did
the
the
right
right
thing,
thing.
but it's something I think because I'm like, damn, because not everybody gets
I mean,
right
if
with that
he was
shit.
like wasted, then I'd be like,
They said all of them.
he said he didn't drink that much.
Yeah, I was drunk.
Oh, all right,
I was drunk, but I wasn't as drunk as they
cognitive
was. Yeah, I was
cognitive drunk.
Yeah, I was drunk, but I wasn't as drunk as they was. And then
The
I was
angel on
thinking,
the
I was
shoulder
like,
told you
yo, I don't want nobody to wake up and shit be bad because they realized they did something. That's really what was going through
You
my
did the moral
head.
fumble. You did
And
the
I
right
was
thing.
like, you know what? I can live the rest of my life knowing that I didn't do this.
compared to yeah.
And if I did, and how bad it could be, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, it was 3 white women. That could have went bad in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
See, I was just,
White women.
I was picturing a mix of just,
Just mix of just
yeah.
random
I
races
was like,
now.
oh, you'll be fine.
This is West Texas,
bro.
There ain't much of anything else but white women and Hispanic women. There's only a twinkle, sprinkle of of us African descendants.
Yeah, I realized that.
Yeah, but it is what it is, you know. But man, look, honestly, I think as young men and men, period, the best thing to do when growing, man, we got to learn from our situations, because it's up to you if you want to be a playboy or not. You know what I'm saying? If you want, just like you shooting a basketball, or you working at your job, or you throwing a football or whatever, it takes progress and it takes steps to learn to be good at something, and that's what we're all doing anyway. We're young. When you're young, you finally start getting into girls, and then you don't know how girls operate. They smarter than us anyway. So you're 15 years old dealing with a girl who's 15, but she think like she 18. You know what I mean? So she already know all the slippery, slimy ways to crack your spine. You know, kick your back in.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just up. It's just up to us, like, you know, how to learn. Because I probably wouldn't honestly I wouldn't be where I'm at in my life, honestly, if I didn't go through a lot of the hardships that I went through with it. Because I never thought I was a major playboy, and then like after a while, I kind of was like, you know, I just want to be in relationships, and I've been in long-term relationships ever since then. Like I've been with somebody, but my longest relationship was 10 years. You know, the one I'm in right now is going on 6, 7. The one before those two was like with her for like 2 years. And then so like at the end of the day, I think I realized, man, I think I finally just accepted the fact, like, you know what, there's a lot of good women that come my way. I might see what it's like on this side, because like, fuck it. And then I ain't never had to worry about fumbling again.
Yeah, you just gotta go through. Well, you just gotta go through the what you call it, the patches of things when it comes down to that. Because at the end of the day, a lot of women do teach you certain lessons of what you want and what you don't want. So as you go through it, you get to learn pretty much about yourself, what you like, what you don't like. Some of them that you fumbled is a lot of them. I like to say, like, what could have happened? What if it did happen? How could that have changed you in a perspective? But sometimes I look at fumbles as maybe there's reasons why it didn't happen.
Yeah, there's a lesson in
There's
everything.
a lesson in everything. So that's why I always look at that too. Like, if it didn't happen, it's probably for a reason. It could have been for the good. It could have been for the worse. You know what I mean? But I always say some things, there's always reasons why certain things never happen the way it should have, or what you want to happen out of it, but it never did.
So check this. like I said, we're all in the music industry at some form or fashion.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't music, what other things would we have gotten into? Like, just individually.
It's a good question because
Facts.
for me, I've always wanted to do music. There ain't never really been anything else. I've been in love with music since I was a kid. I couldn't see my life without music. I wouldn't be who I like. I don't even see my personality developing the way it did without music. You know, I don't know. I probably would have been, if anything, would have been in some prison or probably dead already. To be honest, I'm just being honest.
Facts.
I'm just being honest because I had an affinity as a young person, like I'm not going the same way as everybody else. That's a lot of my personality. I go against the grain.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like I can be stubborn. I don't like people telling me what to do. And, you know, that kind of worked perfectly with running around with knuckleheads in the streets. You know what I mean? Mm. And if I didn't have music to lean on, because and the reason why I say that is because the first time I ever recorded a song, I was really like out there. I was just now starting to get out there in the streets. I was gonna say like 14, 15. My aunt flown me to Dallas or whatever, and she let me record 3 songs right there, you know. And then when I came back after the summer break, I went and met with local artist, big legend local down here named J-Ro. He lived on the same street that I was running around on, and he let me go into his studio and record, you know, and stuff like that. And that changed me in a way because it made me, with music being right there for me, it made it more accessible for me. I wasn't worried about what was going on out there at the time. Like, you know, I was like, let me get in the studio. I'm trying to get in the studio. So it's like, I feel like if that wasn't there, I would have been more focused on a lot more other stuff. Yeah. Because like all that energy and that passion that I had, I would have been, and that's kind of why I'm saying like I would have probably been in jail or you know, in somebody's grave, because that's where my life was going. If I'm being honest, that's just the truth, you know.
Me personally, without being in the music, I never thought I would have been here. Period. I was not gonna lie to you. I never thought I would have been here. You know what I mean? Because number one, like the way I've always been, I've never really liked to be in spotlight. I never really liked to be in front of the camera. Really, I'm more of the person that's behind the scenes. So for me, it would have been really where we kind of are here, but just starting something different, starting a different business. Because in the beginning of this whole situation, I was doing law. I was doing criminal law. And that's what I went to school for. I went to school for criminal law, until you have to sit down in school and realize, like, everybody here is really locked into this. You're not. You know what I mean? Like, you have that little, because I went from going to, in high school, going to studying law, and you think that you know, because, of course, high school, they're going to give you just the basics of everything. Just the basics of what law is and different types of law, if it's criminal, civil. I didn't know nothing about really international or nothing like that until I went to John Jay College. And I was like, you know what, let me take a step further. And they talk about international law, because I was thinking about laws like going into something that represent us. You know what I mean? From Grenada, it would be dope to be a lawyer that could represent from the States to Greens. But then when you sit down in that class and you realize, like, a lot of these guys been studying this thing since high school, or probably even before this. They've been mentioning law from Germany and why they want to change certain laws in Germany because of X, Y, and Z, or they want to go to China and change certain laws there because, you know, they want to fight for such and thing. Me, bro, I'm looking at this. I'm just introduced to this. I don't know nothing about it. So it put me in that trajectory of, yo, this ain't for you. Like, what is it that really do you want to do? And crazy enough, I've always been in tune with music, because from younger, my uncle and my cousin used to play the saxophone and piano. Then I've incorporated the saxophone. I'm still in love with the saxophone till this day. I played alto sax and I played tenor sax. Then I learned how to do really still ain't good with it. Started learning the keyboard. I played African drums. I played steel pan. I played regular drums. When it comes down to music and musical instruments, I could pick it up. And literally speaking, you put the notes in front of me, and once I know where they are, I'm going to play. You know what I mean? My biggest thing is I always tell people my biggest performance was Michael Jackson, Human Nature, for Valentine's Day on the saxophone. Played that shit out. So music has always been there, but here now, where I'm at now, if it wasn't because of my stubborn brother-in-law, Archie, from since we met, and the man was like, yo, I feel you can rap, bro. I think you can do this. Man, I don't know nothing about no rap, bro. I ain't with it. Man, I'm telling you, bro, you I think you could do it. How many years is this now? Like, how many, like, what? We going on 10 years knowing each other? You can say a good portion of 8 years, 8, 9 years. Well, I'm going to say 6 because I've been doing this for going on 3 years now. So, a good portion. The man been trying to push me to do it until I finally made my first track, which was Motivation. Finally wrote my first track. And here we at, you know what I mean? So, besides this, I'd have still been doing business, you feel me? Because that's been my thing after a while, is just owning a business and owning something that meant for me, you feel me? So, but I'm on a step further, so I'm an artist in this whole thing and a host of a podcast, so I'm still on the business tip, just on a different trajectory of it.
What about you?
What about you, Uncle D?
Well, I could say there's a lot of instances where I wanted to do something else. So my first love has always been video games. So my goal since as a kid, because even like as a kid growing up, like, you know, video games wasn't a popular thing. Mm-hmm. You know, people call me game freak and all type of shit.
It was like more nerdy back in the day, what they like to say.
I wanted to create video games, just like designing it, like all the artwork and things like that. And I had the goal to be I used to call it graphical designer. Mm-hmm. That's what I want. That was my aim. And I ended up leaving. When did I leave? 10th grade. Went back to Grenada. Had to stay there for 6 years. They didn't really have anything for graphic design that I could use back here, because it's kind of weird, like the degrees and where you could use it. But when I was in Grenada, I got more into cars, racing, things like that. So I ended up focusing on that also. Graduated in automotive technology, and that was kind of my focus, the two things, like graphical design and cars. But ended up taking the SAT in Grenada. Not really, and like I said, I told you before, I didn't really take school serious. Even the SATs were like something like that you should be taking serious. I studied for it, thought I did the best I could when I went in, and when I came back, I went to a community college. What is it called?
Yeah, Kingsborough.
Nah, it's in Brooklyn. Whatever. I went to the college to register for the program. They said I didn't score high enough, so that went out the window of doing graphical design.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. I didn't understand the whole point system, didn't try it. Once he said I ain't score high enough, just gave up on it right there. But growing up, my mom tried to get me into music, which I played the piano, and I was getting good at it. Peer pressure just got to me. People told me it was whack, I should be playing ball, other things like that. So I just told my mom I didn't want to do it no more. Yeah. And I could have been really good at playing the piano.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? That's one instrument I'll be trying to duck.
The piano?
I don't know why. Like, the piano for me was one of them I just really try to duck all the time. But it's crazy because every song, everything that I've done, like even with steel pan drums and whatever, the piano is like the conductor of all instruments. Because because of how the notes are played, you could write out a song, and if you want to put it for like drums or anything like that, you could play how the song is supposed to be played on piano, and then you could tell what you want to do with every instrument after. I've seen this, like, with Steel Pen, like when they want to do a song, like especially all these soca songs that we do for Steel Pen, or even regular songs that you want to do, whatever songs you try to do, you will have the conductor will sit down there and put it together on the piano first. He'll put it together on the piano first, and sometimes it's an electrical keyboard because you could get the sounds of the of different instruments that you want to program on the electrical keyboard, and he will play it. He will play the song. He will stay up there. If you say you want a 7-minute song or whatever, because if nobody knows, like for Steel Pen, you have different sections between the tenor. Before I start fucking up, you got tenor, seconds, bass, double tenor. You got 6 bass, 4 bass. You got guitar pan and things. So you have to conduce for all of these people. So tenor is really like if you were talking about your main singer, tenor is the person that sings, like it would be like a Beyonce type shit. Mm-hmm. Then you got your double tenor will be your background singers. It will be, I'm not gonna say background, but they more bring in the harmonize. Like if you're talking about the whole situation of Destiny's Child, you're talking about Kelly Rowland and Michelle. And then you go back with seconds and everybody else that brings in like the instruments, the background singers and everything like that. So, but the piano is one of them that you really play everything through before you even present it to the tenor. Mm-hmm. What notes the tenor have to play, so that you know what notes the double tenor have to play to, what notes does the seconds have to play to the, you know what I mean? And that was one instrument that for me personally, I'm like, I don't want to learn you. Like, and up to this day, I never understood, but it was one of them things where the piano was one of them that I was like, you was one of them I don't want to learn. Like, I've always been interested in the wind instruments. That's why saxophone has been my go-to. And till this day, I'll if it comes down to it, I'll play a saxophone over everything because of the sound of it. Just sounds so sweet. It's like it's just a beautiful sound.
Yeah, I love it
from the saxophone. And the way and to me personally, I feel like when a saxophone plays, depending on who's playing it, if a saxophone is like, you could feel the music different when it comes down to a sax compared to and that's just me personally. I feel you could feel the difference because like when a saxophone player is passionate and they hit that note right, it's like, damn, that shit sounds amazing. Like you could feel it, you know what I mean? And that's why I've always loved the sax. Like it's a different feel when it comes to it.
Yeah, you know, man, growing up in a family that loves music,
yeah,
definitely seeing my cousin went and hit that sax. I always was like, dang, how did he get so talented? Like we were kids and he would play the saxophone and I'd be like, Jesus. You know, he would be at church and he's up there. You know, he's killing it, and I'd be like, that is insane. Like it just a good sax, period. I mean, playing music live, like knowing how to play instruments is something like I've always appreciated because I never learned how to play any instruments. They were trying to teach me how to play drums. I was wanting to learn how to play drums, but I guess mentally I was always somewhere else anyway, and so I never could focus enough. You know, almost like I ain't never been diagnosed with ADHD, but I swear to God, I think I had it growing up, or I have it, whatever. But yeah, I never could sit down long enough. But anyway, look, all that's being said, I think it's a perfect time to insert this question. So, like, what is the moment that you recognize as the moment that put you on to the path that you are on now? Like, what moment where you were like, fuck it, this is what I'm doing, this is my life, this is where I'm at when it comes down to this podcast, when it comes down to what we're doing in music, when it comes down to where we're at in our lives, where it comes down, what situation pushed you into this realm that you're in now, mentally, physically, spiritually? Like, you know,
it's y'all, bro.
Huh?
It's y'all, really. And to be honest, I like it because I always had that creative mind to me when it came to, well, just anything that I could do where I could be type of creative, and having to edit y'all videos and, you know, even the podcast, doing things like that, coming up with ideas for future videos. It all it's like I'm enjoying it, and I think I wasn't thinking about it at first. I was just like, all right, I'm gonna just, y'all making good music. I'm gonna just be on the bandwagon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just watch the journey. But then y'all gave me work, and the more I started doing it, the more I was enjoying it. So I was like,
and you know what? You're really good.
Yeah,
with
you're good at what you do,
it's
bro.
like for you to be a rookie or whatever, you're killing it with these edits.
Yeah.
Like, every time you send us a new edit, I'm like, holy moly.
It's like the quick thinking on that.
But see, like even like with our music, yeah. But let's even past that. Like you drive a truck for work. Do you think you would you think you would have ever done that? And how did you end up there? Like, fuck it, I'm gonna get my CDL.
it
Like,
was
you know what I
multiple.
mean?
The time I got the CDL, it was the third time. It's like a third sign. The first time, Taz and me was just chilling, drinking beer, and I think we just started talking about driving trucks. And we were just gonna do that. That was before I even went to school and met my wife.
Yeah, it was way before. You know, we talking about doing CR England. Everybody want to be scared.
So, yeah, we were scared. But I was like, I just started working, just saving up a little bit of money. I was like, damn, to just pick up and go.
Yeah.
I was scared then. The second time it came up, I was in Connecticut, and it was around the time I was deciding if to come down to Texas. And the same CR England, I was in the process of signing up for their school because me and another guy I worked with, I was working at FedEx, and we was both deciding to go to the school, get our CDL.
Yeah.
He went, got his, and then I was just in the process of deciding because if I do it, I wasn't sure if I could just swap the license and come down here and things like that. So I decided not to do it and just come down here and figure it out. And then, how long was it? 22, 2 years? I think I got it in 22. Yeah.
Yeah, because you got it.
Yeah, so 2 years. I came down end of 2020.
Yeah.
You for real? I feel like you've been here forever. So it's always hard to hear. Like you moved here in 20.
Came down.
Yeah, the end in December of 2020.
Really?
Yeah.
That feels like you've always been
2020?
here.
Yeah.
I swear to
I
God.
thought it was 20.
I thought it was
We
like
left-
2018.
We left
Because
right
we came in the
before
begin-
it snowed in New York.
Because we came the beginning of 20. You
Yeah.
dropped me off in the beginning of 2020. Remember, we drove down here first in the beginning of 2020 when I first moved back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was the ending of that year after
Nah, 'cause
COVID.
Remember, when you came back to New York to visit your parents, you helped me move down one time.
That's what I'm saying. That was the end. That was the ending of COVID.
When I helped you move the first time, it was the beginning of 2020. Right
Yeah.
before
COVID,
all
yeah,
of this
before
shit
all
happened,
this.
'cause I remember taking the plane back.
Yeah.
And then when I decided to move, it was December of 2020.
Shit.
You know what I do now? Now that we're talking, because like I said, it
'Cause
always
remember,
feels like
when we
he's
came
here.
back, you was planning the Christmas party.
You sure?
That is right. Because look, I remember it was because you were working at Lee at that time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
that
then
was
you were
the-
telling me you were going up there, and you were telling me about how you had to get the little card, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, now but I swear to God, because I know
it's 5 years.
me
Going
and
off air.
me and Dylan definitely met before. Like,
Yeah, we
No,
met Jordan.
I can't-
Remember, he
during
came
the,
down for Maddox's.
yeah, see,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying.
We
It's
went
like
to drink
it
and
just
only had 2 drinks.
Yeah, went to Bubba's and had 2 drinks.
yeah,
Ain't
but
that crazy?
see, but I
That's another story for another time.
My brain ran that all together. Like, nah, that was like. That all happened in like 2018, like and he's been here since 2018.
Nah.
You know what I'm
I came
saying?
down, I surveyed the area. I was like,
This might not actually be bad.
Probably
yeah.
not yours.
But no, that's for real. Man, what about you, Taz? What you think? What's your moment that put you on this?
It's
trajectory?
multiple. I'm not gonna lie. My defining moment is multiple. The first one I'm gonna say is writing motivation. Writing motivation, and there's another song there's another song that hasn't been released called "Faking It." Those were like the first moments of okay, I can actually do this, and then really, my first one was Resurrection. Resurrection actually showcased that I could actually I could actually do this. You know what I mean? Resurrection, and then after that, True Love. Those are the two I could say songs wise when it came down to this music thing. Like yo, I'm actually good at what I do. And it's not the fact that I'm making songs. Yeah, I always feel like I'm more of a 90s feel, 90s, early 2000s feel because of the way I write. And it is what it is. That's how I am. But I feel my real defining moment of this whole situation was crazy enough last year. When we started doing shows. And because this was like if nobody knows, this conversation of this podcast has been in the works for 2 years. Mm-hmm. And we've been talking about it, trying to figure this out and trying to figure out what we wanted to do, like what kind of podcast we wanted to do and stuff like that. And it's just been a idea that's been growing since we did West Texas Reloaded and since we came up with this whole situation. It's just been growing. But it all aligned once we started doing shows again. Like everybody getting to actually hear not the first initial one where we did Born Killer, but when we was actually going back to Hobbs and really doing everything. And that right there showed me we got something.
Yeah.
That right there showed me from not just doing it, but the reception. You know what I mean? People was literally, after we've done, 3 songs or whatever, which was our set list, after we done our set, people asking us like, yo, do y'all got more? Is there more? Like, yo, y'all got something, you know what I mean? And it's not the first time, you know what I mean? People already told us from the songs that we make, like, yo, y'all need to get out of Midland, like, because what y'all got is bigger than here, you know what I mean? Not to toot our homes, but that's what people say. And till now, you know what I mean? A lot of people listen to the music and go like, yo, this is different. Like, this ain't the same music that we're hearing on a regular. This is different. This is deeper. They got something. Mm-hmm. So for me as Tazz, those have been my defining moments when it comes down to this, like, yo, we got something. From based off of the podcast to even from further to the music for us, that's how I'm known, like, yo, we got to keep pushing this. We got to keep pushing. And yes, I know I've been slacking on goddamn releasing music.
I was going to say.
Yes, I know. I've been slacking. But besides that, you know what I mean? Because my focus has been all over the place when it comes down to it. Don't get me wrong. If nobody knows, I've been focusing on just getting my personal situations together. That's why a lot of things have been pushed back for me because I'm focusing on other things. But don't worry, we will have multiple releases. I'm holding myself to that and stuff like that. Don't worry, Archie and Uncle D is holding me to that too, because Uncle D, aka Suge Knight over here, gonna make sure we're gonna make sure shit gets situated. But how about you, Archie? When was yours?
So the big one that pushed me this way, it was my life fell apart. I was 24. My life fell apart. I lost the fucking. I destroyed a marriage. Ended up on this homeless. Basically, ended up in rehab for drugs. Obviously. And then when I got out, I was really like reevaluating my life because I had went off the rails so far. I had stopped rapping. I didn't care about none of that. I didn't care. I had gotten to the point where it was that bad where I was just caring about like partying. You know what I mean? Music was still there, but it was so dim that I went from the time I was like it started about 18, 19, and then I didn't even start rapping again until after rehab. So like 24, 25. So there was a big gap. But when I went to the rehab and I had to sit down and reevaluate my life, and I had to really like think about what I really wanted to do with myself, I made a decision. I said, man, I'm going back to what's me and what's always been me. Like I said with the question D asked, like, I can't see myself not doing music. When I'm not doing music, I got to see what I look like when I'm not doing. I'm a fucking mess. You know what I mean? I'm more of a mess than I am now. Like way worse, and because I didn't have no purpose. Music gives me purpose. So I was like, let me do music again. So there's that, and then that pushed me to keep writing, right, and to keep going, keep being creative. It also changed made me think different on other aspects of my life. I need to work harder. The way I look at life, I can't be a victim all the time. Things are going to be bad in my life. I'm going to get hurt. But sometimes I got to look at it different, and I got to learn from those situations, because sometimes I got to see it from my point of view, as in like, yo, I put myself here. I let myself get to this point to be hurt.
Yeah.
And that's the only way, to me, that's the only way you learn from a situation, is like, because yeah, you can be like, yeah, you're, because and you can be 100% real, like, you're fucked up for doing this to me, blah blah blah. But also it's like, damn, I wasn't aware enough that I was around people who would do this to me. I need to start stepping up. Like, so I mentally grew, basically, from being in rehab. Mentally, spiritually grew. And then first off, from me getting, just recording, I was just like, man, I want to do what I was doing. Just want to record music, drop it on the internet. Record music, drop it on the internet. I never thought that this would come out of all that. And I think the second boost that pushed me even further, because you like a rocket, when you get out, you got your initial launch, and then you get out in space and you get another one.
Yeah.
So like, I think that was when we were all on my back porch, and I was showing y'all Emotionless when I lived off of Fairgrounds. Yeah. And we created this thing that we got now. It was the bones.
But Emotionless, yeah, you're really right. It really came off of Emotionless.
It was the bones of like, hey man, and I was just happy because y'all were like, y'all were in with me. We were sitting back there talking. I brought the idea to y'all.
The beginning of
and
West
this
Texas
was back
Reloaded.
Before Tazz
was rapping.
Yeah. D was, I think me and D were just really getting cool back then too. You know? Cause that was like 2021. Yeah. He had just got here. So, we were all, we were all still getting and then after that, it is what it is. Y'all looking at it right now. Like, I feel like, man, my life has led in some sorts, in some words, few words, my life has kind of like led me to this moment, because it's like, this is all I could ever see myself doing. The lessons and the struggles of my life that I've had to learn gave me the determination and the will to want to do stuff like this. And then also, I've embarrassed myself so much, and I'm not afraid to get on a stage and look like a dumb, whatever. I'm not afraid of what other people's opinions are, because I've been my worst self. Like, I know you can say this shit, whatever, but I know what the worst me look like, and I'm nowhere near that. So your criticism, I'll take it as criticism, but it don't hurt my spirit like that. Like, you know what I mean? Because I can keep bulldozing. Everything just turned me into a dream chaser. It seems like I'm constantly so like, I mean, I guess basically it's like, I feel like life had loaded me up to be kind of in this position, just to be where I'm at right now, and I just feel like I honestly can't imagine myself in a different place or doing this with anybody else. I honestly can't. I just feel like this is like the perfect blend. We're like the Powerpuff Girls.
Wow. Wow.
Powerpuff Girl. I was like,
okay.
Out of all the trios,
facts.
Hey, shit.
All right.
Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, those are my blast off points. Oh shit.
It is what it is.
It is what it is at this point.
Yeah, but I made me forget what I was supposed to say. Yeah.
That one hit left. Nigga said the Powerpuff Girls.
I said all that deep shit.
Just to come back and say, yeah, we are the Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Girls. Hey, Deep, kick me that.
Yeah.
Nah, but I feel like since it's like the stars aligned for this. The stars kind of aligned for this based off of everything, how this went. Like you said, Emotionless was your number one. To me, still is the number one
Yeah.
till this day. If nobody have ever heard it, I need to go check that
Yeah,
out.
go peep Emotionless.
Because-
A.R.C.H.IE.
Because that one started what we start West Texas Reloaded from. You know what I mean? Because of that is what started West Texas Reloaded. Because of that is where we thought of the acronym of Archie. You know what I mean? Using another rapper changing history in every way. And that's where this whole thing started from. If nobody knew, like, really and truly the beginning of this whole thing was I was the manager and D was pretty much, what was it? You was...
I don't know what I was doing. I was just
He's
with y'all,
doing
man.
what he was doing now.
he took
Yeah.
the manager
Role
role from you, and but
yeah.
he kept the
graphics and
graphic
everything.
designer
Yeah.
shit. Like, 'cause,
So
yeah.
D was pretty much doing the same thing he was doing now. And then once the motivation, because the reason why I came in to being an artist was, the more deep of this is, me and Archie had a conversation. And within that conversation, it just motivated me to really let me step into the situation and see what I can do. Because at the end of the day, if you're seeing something that I'm not seeing, why not test the pen? Why not test it out? Let's see what you can do. And then it been asked upon to do motivation because he said he liked what I've heard when I was working on Faking It at the time. And that's when Archie asked me to do, like, yo, I could see you on motivation. And I want you to do it now. I can't see nobody else doing it but you. So because of that motivated me to go, like, you know what? Let me write. You know what I mean? Listen to what he's saying and let me write. Let me test it out. And that's where the birth of the artist Ill-Minded Tazz come from. Because Alpha Motivation turned into Making Resurrection, turned into Testing My Pen on True Love, and then there's a lot of songs that, like I said, a lot of people haven't heard as yet. So, you know, that's what turned me from being the manager of Archie to being the right-hand man to Archie, where the fact that both of us as a duo, this is where we at. You know what I mean? And turned, pretty much elevated D from just being the graphic designer in the background to being, which he is to me, one of the coolest managers right now. He's doing his thing. I'm not gonna deny man from what he's doing.
Well, there's a lot. I researched the roles of a manager.
But you're still doing it. You know what I mean? It's not the fact you shied away. You're not the fact that you thinking you actually stepped into the role and you've been pushing forward from even doing, for a man of many hats, from doing the photography to learning graphics to doing videos to even talking. You know what I mean? Trying to get us shows and all that. You really stepped into the job, but I'm not going to say better than I would. I'm not going to lie to you. You know what I mean? And that's why I said the stars aligned for all of this, because at the end of the day, it brought us to a point where, hell, when we ready for a show, you know we going to be killing it. Like, you got two of us on the show, you already know this is what it is. We know what we're going to bring to the table. When it comes onto this podcast, you already know what it is. Like, we all have come up with creative things to talk about to where we at now, you know what I mean? And then even on, like I said, on your end, the graphic design on the back end, like, you've been creative. Like, it's been a creative foundation here. And that's why I said, like, it brought us, everything aligned up to where everything is supposed to be.
You know what? I want to say, like, honestly, when we first started this, you know, it was supposed to be all, you know, y'all were pushing me. I'm glad to see that y'all found y'all's thing, because this whole, what we call West Texas Reloaded, I think we're expressing it the right way. It's a vehicle for our creativity.
Yeah.
So you see, I don't know visually if we would be where we are. You know, D over here been definitely I love these tailgate sessions.
Yeah,
bro. The way you edit
those
them,
are creative things.
yeah,
every
I'm like,
time.
this shit dope. It's dope. The way you're editing all this, our clips and stuff like that, bro. And you're getting to kind of live that dream you were talking about, being, you know, when you went, you know, in some fashion. But I think that shit's gonna come, man. The more you do it and you put your stuff, Black Bear Productions. Yeah, I know
that.
that's definitely something that's valuable, because,
Hey,
man,
you're gonna look at that SAT guy that say, "Huh, you gonna deny me still? Because look what I'm doing." You feel me?
and look, I with AJ, man, with Tazz, bro, I just remember looking at the nigga, like, the nigga deep, like, he can get into his bag when it come to deep thought, and I was like, bro, this is rapper shit. Like, you know what I mean? I think about it. Every rapper that I ever grew up listening to, they had they party songs, but they were all lyrical dudes, and I'm saying like you can't be lyrical without a deep mind. You could write, and every time I run, I mean, because there's multiple times where I've ran into people who say, "Oh, I rap," and you're like, "Man, like, all right, I see it," but it's like, I'm talking about as soon as this man started writing, I was like, it's there, like I can see it, like there's that, I think for some reason, some of us we just need the thing that it's I don't even know how, it's like fertilizer for grass, I guess. You need some fertilizer. You need something that's gonna help grow that thing because it's there. I think we were born with all the talents we're supposed to have, right? Yeah. It's what we put our attention to and stuff like that helps us grow. Because like if I'm supposed to be a boxer, but I never box, I'm not gonna be a boxer, you know. Or if I'm supposed to be a rapper, but I never sit down with my pen, I'm not gonna be a rapper. You know, whatever talents God gave me, if I don't nourish them and work with them and treat them like they are just as real as I am, I'll never realize them. You know what I mean? Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like just seeing like, because when you wrote Motivation, I was like, yo, this shit sounds amazing, dude. The first time he was recording, you know what I'm saying, first song, and then I was sitting there like, yo, you know, this is a hit. It's still a hit because not only were you able to stay the topic, you also were able to tell a story in your own verse. You didn't have to lean on me for it. I don't even know. Like, man, you wrote that and it fit so perfect with the whole message of the song. I was like, yeah, bro. And I'm glad Motivation is here today, so you can always go back and be like, shit. And like, because the trajectory you're on now after Motivation is crazy. I just, like I said, man, I'm glad we were able to
bring it together,
bring this together, because this vehicle that we're in that we call West Texas Reloaded, man, it's picking up some steam.
And it's crazy because if you didn't realize, all of us said the one thing: we all have music inside of us. Like that, we all had that creativity inside of us because you started it off, like you said, it came from the musical prowess of your family to the point that you had your auntie that came and pushed you in the booth first, and then after that you realized that instruments may not have been your thing, but you stayed focused on lyrics. So that's technically your instrument. You was not, like, at the end of the day, like you said, you weren't really meant to play an instrument because you had your instrument already. You just had to hone your craft on it. And same thing here with you. Like when it came down to it, you said it like the piano wasn't your thing, but your keyboard is. It's like your piano. When you sit down here, and think about it, you sit up here and say you was creative. You sit down here and said it before, you know what I mean? But everybody else told you that, nah, that ain't it. But you turned around and, yeah, it may not be a piano music, but when it came down to it, you have a music proud that came from old school to new school. You know what you're looking for, but you know how to put it in a sense of graphically wise. You hear it and you know how to match two and two together. And graphically, you've done your thing. So your piano is that computer. You know what I mean? And that's where you've been at. And for me personally, like I said, I've always been that person to pick up. When it came down to music, I've always been a person to be, no matter if I tell myself that I wasn't trying to be frontline, at the end of the day, I've always played frontline instruments. Saxophone is a frontline instrument. It's not really a background instrument. I technically played all damn near all the steel pan, and I played, my best one was double tenor, which was second string, but it could be a frontline instrument. African drums, you technically frontline behind anything else, and even regular drums. I've played instruments that could do that, and to the point where I'm here now, because creatively I've always knew what I can do. You know what I mean? Yes. Did it take me some time to really learn how to rap, or just really tap into that part of me? Yes, it did. And like you said, it needed somebody to put that push, pretty much to plant the seed, to watch that shit grow. And it's grown and it's flourishing to a point where it's like, damn, I never would have thought 2-3 years later, like the things that comes into mind, the things that come into play, the stories that I'm telling from perspectives that probably that's not really my perspective, but just because you see things, and that's just a love of art, because that's who I am. I've always been a love of art, from tattoo art to, regular canvas art to even music. That's all art. That's being creative, and I've always been that person. So everything to put in together, we've all had that creative gene, no matter what it was. You wanted to do video games, that's still creativeness. You still had that art gene inside you, that I want to do something that I could express myself creatively, so everybody can know, like, yo, this is Uncle D doing this shit. You know what I mean? You want to put something together with music where it's like, yo, I'm gonna spread that message, no matter if it's for the streets or if it's for your family, whatever. It's my stamp. And the same thing comes here, no matter if I was on an instrument to whatever, or even now where I'm at now. It's still the creative of, boom, we're here, and then we created this. West Texas Reloaded to create Lyrically Acclaimed to creating tailgate sessions is all the proud of us that brought all three of those entities together, and we're still going.
Yeah, man. Because look, man, how the best I can put this. So like, it's like you're given a tool. Somebody puts a tool in your hand and they tell you how to use it. Like, you've heard of this tool. Let's say it's a hammer. You know what I'm saying? You got this hammer and you know what a hammer does. You know what it's used for. But you're out there using it to fucking shovel dirt into a bucket. Like, it doesn't make any sense, right? Us actually using the gifts that we were given and nurturing them, man, I feel like that's the blessing and that's the reward. Because as long as when I use the tool that I have in my hand, the hammer in my hand to hit that nail, I know the job's done. It's up, the picture's hung, the damn hammer union's tight, whatever. But as long as I'm using that tool wrong, all the things that I'm meant to do are just sitting there left undone, and I've just been doing some random stuff my whole life. I just honestly feel like, man, us find it, because this is me on some. I'm talking more spiritually here, but I feel like in life we have free will. We have the choice to do whatever we want, but also God, the universe, the tree you worship or whatever, all fucking put us on a path. And it's up to us to stick to it or find another one.
Venture off, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like at the end of the day, us linking up and just knowing, because I didn't even know all that. I didn't know you dealt with music when you were a youngster. I didn't know you were.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, and it just, to me, in this moment in time, it just shows like we were all meant to be here talking about this, and maybe none of us would have actually got to experience what it feels like to chase our dreams if we weren't all together. But that's our free will coming across with what God wanted us to do. So we all chose to do this, and now it's crossing with what we're meant to do, and now blah blah blah.
That's fair. I've always felt that, I ain't gonna lie to you, I've always felt since we used to have conversations, we was going to cross paths anyway. Because me and you have talked about this before. Like, we were supposed to go to the same college, Full Sail University.
Yeah. At the same time, too.
At the same time, because we talked about it, and I said it. I was like, and at that time, I was going to do producing. And it was crazy because it was after, like, moving down here, and me and him had actually sat down and conversated about it. And I was like, yeah, you know what I mean? That's where I wanted to go. He told me, he's like, no shit, I wanted to go there, too.
I was in the middle of putting the application in.
And I was in the talking mode. And I was going there because I was like, two things. I was like, I've already fit, which is crazy. At this point in my life, I was stepping into the business realm because I went to LaGuardia Community College and I stepped into business. But in the back of my mind, I wanted to do producing for music. In the midst of doing photography, because I had a homeboy that wanted to do photography, so the business mind of me was like, let's put this together, let's become photography. Shout out to Epic Flicks, they're still going out there in New York, but that's what we started, Epic Flicks. But I've always wanted to do music still, because I don't know what drew me to, I don't know what it was at the time, but I've always wanted to do producing. This is why I took up the piano. Really, even in school I didn't really care for it, but I've also took up music production. But one thing I've learned about me is school and me don't mix. You have to really show me. Like, I'm more of a on the hand job learner compared to you gonna sit down in the classroom and try to teach me part for part. Like, frick that. You gotta show me from now and let's practice this shit over and let's keep going. I don't need no grade to attach it behind it. But that's what I wanted to do. And then once me and LaGuardia parted ways, I've always sat up here and thought about it, and I researched it, and they had Full Sails. Full Sails had both. Full Sails had photography, Full Sails had music, and I had a choice. Which one do I want to do? And I chose music because I was like, you know what, music production would be dope. Which was crazy about this is they had an internship in New York, which I've never seen before, where you could have, and this is why I talk about opportunities. Sometimes opportunities grant themselves and you don't take it. They had an internship. Once I was in school, I could have went and learned. I don't know what studio it was, but it was in LaGuardia, with the fact that they had an internship come up where you could have been in a recording studio, and you could have been literally learning how to record, how to mix and master, and do all these type of things. Wish I've done that because it would have been a helpful tool now for us. You know what I mean? But this is why I said the stars have always aligned me, because when it came down to it, years later, me and Archie got together. And when me and Archie came together, we had the conversation, and I was looking at Full Sails, and he was looking at Full Sails, and I said this path was going to cross no matter where it would have been. If it was going to be here or if it would have been in Florida, this path would have crossed, or even online still, because you could have took the class online. But we would have crossed paths either way. The music would have brought us here still. Yeah. No matter what.
See, the only reason I never finished because I had already talked to admissions and all that stuff. My mom's in the military, so like I got the military discount stuff going on. Yeah, I was on the hook to go. I was ready to go, but I was young, and the girl I was with at the time didn't want me to go, so I didn't. Kind of bringing it back to the earlier conversation. Nose just wide open, not thinking about myself at all. I'm just trying to get some cootie cat.
And you see, the only reason me was just nervousness. It was just the nervousness of it, because to me, I'm looking at that time when the whole Full Sails thing came around. I'm looking at them. You know when you have a perspective of what age you're supposed to go away for college for, and you're looking at it as like, man, I kind of passed that kind of an age a little bit. So I'm looking at it as like, damn, I'm not 18, I'm not 19, so I'm gonna go with these young people. Like in my head, it was like the nervousness of, bro, just go and do your thing. Because if I have gone and done my thing, I think my parents would have supported it more, and I feel the trajectory would have been a little bit different for me. Meaning, as I can't tell you if I would have been a developed artist or a developed producer. I can't tell you if that was going to be my path. But I feel the understanding of a certain things in music would have been different for me. Yeah. Like writing music wouldn't have come later. I probably would have understand how to write. I would probably have to understand how to pick out beats better instead of just picking, you know what I mean? I would have understand different tones of music that it would have hit. Everything would have been different in a way when it comes down creativity wise compared to where I'm at now, and I'm still learning. I'm still learning BPMs. I'm still learning a lot of things that I'm getting a knack for, but not there. You know what I mean? And that's the only thing I could say might have been different. But at the end of the day, I always felt like we would have crossed paths. We would have came. This West Texas Reloaded was meant to happen, no matter what. Yeah. You know what I mean? And me and you never talked about it. Me and you, it took us years, but me and you never talked about music or whatever. But for me personally, and I'm gonna say with you wise, is the creativity via games. What made me know you how to create it. You see things different. If, like you said, how everything ties in together with Uncle D like cars, and when we play cars, we used to play the racing game Need for Speed. But the way he created his skins, like the raps that he do, is something different. Me personally, I can't create a rap to save my life. I don't give a fuck what anybody tell me. But Uncle D will put things together where you're like, what made you think of doing it this way? What made you put two and two together? Like, I'm out here struggling to put it. I'm trying to see if this works, and you out here making raps like it's like it's nothing. Yeah. But at the end of the day, the creative juices always flowed. You feel me? And that's why I said this all came together perfectly. This was the perfect storm because the way everything aligned itself, the way everything came in from, like I said, us starting the way we started to now. I am a creative alongside you. He's a creative alongside us. And you can see by the intros of the videos that he's doing, from what you've done for, hell, the Lyrically Acclaimed podcast, to the promos that we've done, to what you're doing with tailgate sessions, and even further, it brought a lot out of you. It showcase your talent going forward. You know what I mean? Showcase what you're doing, what you brought to the table. And based off of us from the music, because I always said me and you bounce off each other where we elevate each other music lyrically wise, because at the end of the day, we're doing this where we don't want each other to top each other, but it's on friendly competition. And that's where we brought it up here, you know what I mean? So West Texas Reloaded was meant to happen. No matter what anybody said, this was the perfect storm.
Yeah. And you know what? It's gonna turn into a hurricane. Sometimes my brain be glitching. It'd be like, what? Yeah, it just be snatching the words right out of my thoughts. But one thing I want to say, man, is if there's anything that I'm really happy about is like how y'all reignited, because it was y'all helped reignite the fucking love for anime that I've always had too. If it wasn't for y'all niggas, Crunchyroll owes y'all some money. Boy, that's all I be on. But like, cause when I like,
that's not where I thought he was going.
Yeah. You never know where I'm going.
The man said, if it wasn't for y'all ignite my love for. I was like, for music, I love the anime. Like, what do you mean? Like, we was on the road.
Real. Because I think about it a lot, man. I just like all of us in our generation. I think everybody, we all grew up watching certain shit on certain channels, right? And then, like, as I got older, I listened to everybody, and they were like, "Oh, that shit corny. You're a nerd." Blah, blah, blah. But you know what? I do appreciate it because, like, to be honest, it helps me creatively. It does help me. Like, I get, like, I think of these scenarios in my head, and I can write them down. Like, you know what I mean? I take a lesson or something I'm watching from the stuff that's like the last few songs that I've written have been inspired by damn anime, like, or situations in anime or an anime reference. And I've been like, you know what? Yeah, man, I don't know. It just helped. But for real though, I love this shit. And you know what? Also, while we're on mic and while we're still doing it, I love that anime has now become mainstream, to be honest. Because it's like, damn, the thing that I was getting picked on as a kid is now fucking mainstream everybody. Service. Yeah. 40-year-olds are trying to get into fucking anime now. It's like, yeah, you late motherfucker. Fucking.
Yeah, it's been for the past few years. It's been doing its thing.
Like, come on now.
I'm happy about it, but at the same time, I'm like,
we don't got our thing no more. That's just our thing.
But it took away the same
thing. You want to call me a nerd back in the day and now it's cool? Like, fuck out of here, bro.
But think about it. They did the same thing with gaming.
That's true.
Look how big gaming became.
Yeah, it's because you can earn money from it.
But see, look.
But that's what
if you, no, let's be real, bro. If you couldn't earn money from playing games, ain't nobody would doing that shit right now.
That's true.
That is true.
Well, I don't know. 2K and like COD, I blame them for making it mainstream.
Well,
let's be honest. Yeah,
they were but I really blame.
And then Fortnite came through.
Fortnite is really why it's
people started winning millions of dollars for
Fortnite. Because what is it, that 13-year-old that won $6 million?
Yeah, because you know
for a Fortnite competition,
$6 million, 13-year-old with $6 million.
Yeah, for a Fortnite competition.
You think he still got that money?
No, his parents took it from him instantly. Look, because nobody cared about like Quake or like Diablo or stuff like that.
Nah.
All those comps. Nobody cared about stuff like that.
You see, but why would they though?
Fucking
Diablo is dope. I'm not saying that. I'm saying why would they, in the sense of why would that make them mainstream? If you think about what we just said,
you're right.
Everything that we said is really competition based, and you can see why.
Not just competition. We had competitions way before.
Yeah, but here's the thing. But the thing about this is
Mortal
not
Kombat comps.
we had more,
yeah.
but they still had
Bro, you
those.
had Pac-Man competitions.
Pac-Man
Come on,
comps.
bro.
You
But
right.
what
You
I'm
was
s-
barely
Pong
winning
comps.
anything. You was winning trophies. You wasn't winning no money.
Yeah, Pong comps. That's the truth. Let
I'm
Alright, we go.
He said they just shut me up.
yeah, you know what I mean, yeah, I
I'll just
understand
wait.
they had all that shit, but the competition was different. When you think about Pac-Man, it wasn't a 2-man thing, it wasn't a 3-man thing, it wasn't a 6-man team shit. You really had to be all this what Fortnite and even NBA, because NBA went different with it. NBA, they all have
You
their own
got
teams.
actual teams.
They have actual NBA teams that's paying these guys like for a whole season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It brought in a different type of competition for these guys. And not only that, it brought in light to that company. If you sit down here and think about it, that's what I'm saying. Why would they sit down here and talk about Diablo or Quake or a lot of these other games when the fact of the matter is you could make money off of this Madden, Shell. I remember WWE did it too.
WWE,
1 year
shit.
they did it. 2K still doing it. You know what I mean? Fortnite of course is doing it. Like
low-key,
it brought that in. You feel me?
Like I said, I'm happy and still pissed off about it because all of a sudden
Hell.
it's cool.
Yeah.
Hell,
And it's
technically
fucking
speaking-
gaming up low key
Technically
because
speaking, even not called it. Even Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, never mind.
Street Fighter. Monster Hunter ain't bringing that in. Monster Hunter is not. Monster Hunter brought. If you got to go out there, right there. Monster Hunter brought in the most downloads for a week because it hit 8 mil. First sale from last year to think they topped themselves off. Like Monster Hunter.
Pause.
I was about to say, I was waiting.
We are professional here. But they beat their own charts, meaning as
wait a minute.
I said charts beat their own charts. See, it's like I should
Hello.
They beat their own record because the first time they did this, they was literally they didn't even hit mil when it came down to World. World never hit, even Rise never hit mil. When it came down to Wild was the most anticipated game to the point that literally speaking, from download from day one was 8 mil.
I was thinking about this the other day though. I know. Well, we gonna try to get you on some Wilds, bro. Because
What the hell is Wilds?
Monster Hunter. It's
Oh,
exactly what the name is.
You hunting monsters.
Hunting some monsters
Oh,
and
okay.
turn them into clothes.
Well, no, yeah, I'm down. I'm down to get
Sound
it.
like poaching to me.
I'm down to get on.
It sound like major poaching to me.
Yeah, I'm down to get on Monster Hunter.
Yeah, it's
But I was thinking, you see how everybody was saying the game is easy?
no.
You think that's what brought everybody in?
No, really and truly, I feel like what brought everybody in was literally, technically speaking, it was World that brought everybody in, because this is a game that's been out for 20 plus years.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
It's since
Damn.
PlayStation 2 days.
I only found out about it when World.
World,
Damn.
but the thing about it is a lot of people don't know when you look on the research of this game, is that the fact of the matter is World was one of them that actually came to console. It was out of 20 years, it's only 4 games that was actually to 5 games that was actually console itself.
Yeah.
A lot of them, even learning even more, a lot of them came to console off a G rank instead of it stayed in Japan. So Japan and overseas, it's been one of the biggest games ever.
Yeah.
But over here, it hasn't been that game. Once World step into place, World changed the trajectory of this game franchise, and everybody loved World off of PS4 and that on that generation. And because of World and how World was, that brought a difference to that franchise, and that what brought everybody to that game. Because then after that, once the announcement of which nobody knew, World came out in 2016, if I'm correct, 2015, 2016, World came out. They've been working on Wild since Iceborne came out a year or two later. So they've been working on Wild for so long that it was in the background until they told you 2 years prior. So we were on 2025, and 2023 is when they announced. The end of 2023 is when they announced Wild. And because of that, it became the most anticipated game because everybody loved how World was. It was to the point that literally, which is crazy, they got a resale on World a month before Wild came out.
Damn.
So they really reemerged once because of how they were so good at what they were doing, and they started promoting and showing the monsters and doing stuff. They kept a lot of monsters because I've played the game. They kept certain monsters out of it.
So let me ask you this: so Monster Hunter is the big title. Wild is the
It's pretty much like a subtitle.
subtitle. Okay.
But they're all you could jump in anytime you want because they don't all correlate. They're one of them
so
franchises that don't correlate
they
with
just
each other.
do shit.
Every game is its own story.
Okay, perfect.
So that's why I said that's why I feel like with this game here, it brought its own trajectory because at the end of the day, world amped everybody up for it. Rise was like, okay, I could see where this is going. And then Wild, which everybody was waiting for because Rise came out on Nintendo, so it was like one of them things like, oh, okay, what do we want to really do? But Wild brought everybody to that point where I am ready for this. This is what this is.
I've been wanting to ask y'all this, and this is probably the perfect setting to do it. Definitely what we're talking about now. Xbox releasing pretty much all of its exclusives over to PlayStation.
Oh, I'm happy.
I know you.
Gears is coming over.
And Forza, right?
Yeah, I mean, Forza. I've been getting over racing games. Like I love racing games, but over the past few years, I've just been,
You're like, it is what it is.
I'm not gonna lie. For me personally, it's a good and to me, you know how my mind works. Personally wise, shit, I'm happy for it. Mm-hmm. But when you think of it on a different aspect, I'm like, so what make Xbox different?
Nothing anymore.
That's what I'm saying. That is like how I look at things is like when you think about PlayStation, there's certain games that you think about like Kingdom Hearts, Spider-Man. Gears of War, Spider-Man. I said Gears of War, God of War, and Spider-Man. Sorry, those are the games that you think of when you think about Xbox. My 3 was Forza, Halo, and Gears of War. Mm. Those were separate. Then yeah, of course we have other exclusives that come through the gates or whatever. But those are like the top 3 for both sides.
Yeah, we're getting older.
But to me, it's like I'm about to do another WWE reference. To me, it's like when WWE took over WCW. It's like you lost the war. Mm-hmm. You were there because at the end of the day, there was a point where Xbox was on top of the charts. You know what I mean? Xbox had PlayStation fighting for it. Mm-hmm. And then it's like that trajectory went down. PS4, I'm going to say PS4-wise, it went down a little bit. And then after that, it's like Xbox never came out of that. Then they did the big acquisition where I feel like it was a chess move because when you sit down here and think about it.
No, so everybody got to get your games through us.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's what the move is, though.
That was the move.
We're going to be be the developer.
But when you sit down here and think about it, there were certain games that Xbox couldn't touch because that was exclusive. That was literally Sony production. Sony exclusive. So it was like one of them things where I look like who really played who because it's like I'm gonna let you spend your $8 billion, but you didn't really do shit with it.
Well, I think look at it like this. All right, it's been said and stated. Xbox has been moving to want to be more digital, like complete digital. Like you download the app on your phone. Or on your car, on your TV, and you can play whatever game is connected to your Microsoft account. Basically, you have a mobile gaming system, a digital console. Not only are they doing that, they're also trying to become the Netflix of gaming with Game Pass, which is understandable. But you can't be Netflix of gaming if you don't have Spider-Man or
that's what I'm saying.
All that. Right?
It would be different if this was like both of them merging together and they make one big thing. But you know what I mean?
That's what I thought was happening.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Sony wasn't sharing none of their
games.
So.
Yeah. Besides what they did, they shared God of War, and then they shared
Remember when they shared Final? No.
They shared Kingdom Hearts 3.
And the PC players shit on it.
They shitted on it because they didn't understand the story.
Yeah.
That's why I said this is a chess move. Because if you think about it, I'm
gonna
give you 3, but if you want to play the rest of the 8 games, you got to go buy my system and do it. I gave you God of War, not God of War 1, 2, and 3. I gave you God of War. If you want to play and I don't even think they gave him Ragnarok.
No.
So I gave you one God of War. If you want to play the rest of the games, you got to come play me. Mm-hmm. So this is why I always said like the way this was played out was who was really playing who, because at the end of the day, I gave you the games that y'all asked for.
Yeah.
Because everybody made a hype on it on PlayStation side. like, yo, this is a hype. If I'm gonna give you the game, I gave you the game.
Yeah.
I didn't give you the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
I gave you where we at now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Understandable. Like we first off, we don't know if they're doing all the Halo exclusives or the Forza exclusives. Bro, let me tap that one time. My shit done died. I'm sorry, I'm being bummy.
Nah, you good.
With Forza, it's just 5.
It's just
5. It's just 5.
So they're only releasing certain stuff.
They might do like they might add PS5 when they do 6.
Yeah,
but I think Halo is just the first one.
Yeah, it's like a Halo 1 update.
That's
which look, man, I think Xbox is like it. Well, the people over at Microsoft, they're like thinking 2035 type shit. But at the same time, I don't completely understand the moves they're making. I can sympathize with them because they did have a shitty year gaming wise. Ever since this new Xbox came out, it's been getting its PS5 did. I mean, I think maybe for gaming period, because I think the PS5 did great, but it didn't do the numbers it normally do
because of the way. Not only that, because of the way where they released. Because if you think about it, released during COVID.
Yeah, nobody had the money to get it.
And had nobody, and then plus not only that, who was really working on systems during that time? If you think about it, there was no motherboard. There's a lot of things that wasn't being made during that time. So
and
it
then
took
all the stuff that's going on with the Plus right now.
Exactly. So there was a lot of things that with PlayStation it didn't do what it was supposed to do, like it always does in the beginning of this whole situation. But it still what's crazy about it is not to think, but it's like it did well to the point that where we at with gaming now is Xbox could release something like, what was that one with Rick and Morty, with the Rick and Morty voices?
That's
High on Life.
High on Life.
Yeah,
was an Xbox exclusive, and then what? It didn't take long until it
was like 6 months later.
6 months later, it switched over.
Yeah, which I think, but that's what I was getting at. Xbox. So if you don't know, if you haven't noticed, we are Xbox. I'm an Xbox fan. I have an Xbox. I'm always going to be team green and black, but we've been getting our ass beat over the last few years. There's not as many people with Xbox consoles. Everybody has the PlayStation. Everybody, if they have a PlayStation, they also have an Xbox. But majority of people have a PlayStation. I think Xbox is more of a niche thing and it's really more of a nostalgia thing. Because I probably wouldn't even play, because I had a PlayStation when I was a kid. I had a PlayStation 1. I fell in love with the Xbox because of Halo and because of Fusion Frenzy, which I don't know if y'all got that on PlayStation. Fusion Frenzy was a game I think you never heard. One of my favorite games, Fusion Frenzy, and the very first Xbox, and I stayed. Right, and I've always enjoyed. I like the interface when I load it up. I like the way it moves. I can customize everything. I love the way they do things, but I also hate that they won't do anything. Like at the same time, it seems like they're just like turning gears and just keeping the lights on. But the spirit is gone. I wish somebody over there would come over and be like, no. But to my original point, Xbox has been low. Our sales ain't been good console wise. We obviously ain't dropping any exclusive, nothing enough to shake up the realm. So like, yeah, PlayStation been beating our ass, and the only way to make money is to give games that aren't getting, because the Xbox players, there may be this much, but PlayStation has this much. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, the only way to make money off this shit is we fucking open the floodgates and just give them some shit. So these titles can make some money.
But that's where, if they are going this app thing, what's going to make it still different? Because at the end of the day, you got to give them something, a reason to come and play. Just because you about to be Netflix. Listen here. Yeah, you have Netflix, but we still got Hulu. We got Peacock. We got Paramount. There's a reason why all of them, you still up to, you got HBO Max. You know what I mean? What is going to make you stand out of the gaming realm? Because, yes, you have PlayStation. Hell, you got Nintendo, and Nintendo been doing their thing on the low, doing what they got to do with Pokemon and all time. You know what I mean? Nintendo got their own realm
With less graphics.
and they about to make a Switch 2 and all that. So what is going to make you step out of this game? You know what I mean? When it comes down to the gaming realm, why should I subscribe? Pretty much. What is the reason for me
I don't
subscribing?
understand it. Me as an Xbox player, if this reaches anybody from Microsoft who deals with it, I don't understand what the hell y'all doing. And y'all aren't making it easy to understand either. Everybody's making moves, but the moves that we're making ain't making sense. I don't understand it. I do, on one hand, though, like the idea of being able to click an app on my TV and I can play my Xbox.
Yeah, that's dope.
You know
like
what I'm
I'm not
saying?
gonna lie because
I
it
ain't
takes
gonna lie
away
about that.
it takes away from buying a console.
Mm-hmm.
It takes away from that. The only thing about that is, like you said, if they are going to be what is your pricing?
Yeah, what is the pricing?
What is the pricing?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you're making an app, which nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? But what is your subscription price?
I think the subscription model might be a lot like what it is now. It's
No.
like $20 to get the ultimate version.
Unless they
of
tap
Game
in
Pass.
different. Unless
is
they tap
true.
in Britain, because at the end of the day,
Full of Sony.
yeah,
$200.
it's,
$200
for the
year.
For the year.
for the year. Oh hell
Thought
no!
I was paying that a month? Nah, bro.
Nah, $200 for the year.
I wouldn't play my game again.
Yeah, I
Stay
was
there.
like hell.
You
no.
do it for a year, but you get everything from PlayStation 1 straight up, just like y'all. We have our own pass or whatever. I don't think Xbox don't go that high because Sony different. I don't know what's
150.
Sony different.
Sony said y'all playing me, so we might as well raise the prices.
They
They
play.
know we ain't gonna complain.
Yeah, they
we
like
gonna, we gonna say
shit.
some shit in the beginning, but we still gonna.
We gonna still go pay for
We're gonna
it.
pull out that debit card and be like, you know what?
Which I'm not gonna
At
lie,
least
they
bid
still,
on it, at
they
least.
yeah. And they still what's it called? Because you know they do their little deals. Sony do their little deals when it comes down to it, because with them they have a lot of things where the fact that you could earn. I don't know if you noticed the star thing. The star, you could earn actually vouchers, like it's $10 vouchers, $5 vouchers, depending on how much points you have. 15, I think it's 10 or 15 or something like that. You could earn it, so that could go towards what you're doing. You know what I mean? So they have their own little things, but I can't be mad at them for it, because they always have something on sale, 75% off, up to 70% off. So they no matter if it's expensive, they always know what they're doing. Depending on how analytics wise, depending on how a game is doing, you could probably a month, 2-3 months later, the same game that popped up for $69 could come up for $24,
Yeah.
$15. It
That's
all depends
one
on how the
thing
game goes.
I will say about Microsoft, I go into that Microsoft store and there's always a shit ton of sales, and then we do that fucking point system too. Like when you log in, or when you log into your Xbox, or you get onto the app, you get points for that. You get points for playing specific
For games, yeah.
you know, stuff like
Downloading
that.
certain games, getting certain games.
Yeah, and
passing
you can
certain
use
things,
it
yeah.
to buy stuff, which I like that concept. Like, that gives me a reason to want to get on my Xbox. But like, I think, man, I don't know. Just I wish Microsoft would listen to its audience. Like, bring back games. Like, y'all are acquiring all these fucking y'all are acquiring all these developers and stuff like that. Why don't you bring back the games and update them that make people want to play that shit?
Well, that goes like everything else. The licenses, who is really licensed to?
Because
to me, it's crazy as enough. We all want certain games to come back, and no matter what realm we on, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, there's certain games. Like, for instance, like for me, Def Jam Fight for New York is one of my top games. That was a badass game.
I
You feel
always
me?
dreamed of me being in that game because I was a rapper. I was like, yeah.
So you
One
got
day.
you got them games like that, but it all goes back to the licenses of this game. Who really owns control of this game? No matter if a developer developed it, no matter if it was, even if it wasn't exclusive to, like we could see, like it was Activision that developed Spider-Man, the earlier Spider-Mans, but Sony owned Spider-Man. So I'm not gonna give you Spider-Man just because you bought Activision. I don't give a damn. Spider-Man is my right because you know what I mean?
That's the same thing with like Fur Fighters.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all ever played Fur Fighters. I played it on the PlayStation 2. Best, like, game I
played.
used to sit up all night playing this.
So,
But Activision owns it. But I'm wondering, like,
because it's really who really owns that game. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's where a lot of things come in. You can acquire any developer you want, and that's where I feel like the bump in the road came in for Xbox. You acquired this $8 billion acquisition, but was it really the smartest move you did? Because at the end of the day, yes, we could get certain things, but how far can we get it?
I'm thinking, you know what? I just had this thought. Right. You see how long it's taken GTA 6 to come along, right?
No, Rockstar.
Yeah, what I'm saying, like, just for them to develop, we ain't even got, it's been years. It's been 12 years, right? Maybe more.
Than that.
Yeah.
GTA 5, that should have been out.
Yeah, since PS3. Since PS3
Yeah,
days.
So, like, yeah, it's been a while, right?
Like, see, that's a Rockstar thing, bro.
But I'm saying, like, maybe low key, and I don't know. I have no clue. I have no insight on Microsoft or their developers or whatever. But I'm thinking, like, strategically, like, maybe they're cooking up something.
Rockstar?
No, not Rockstar. I'm talking about Xbox and them buying all these different companies, right? There could be them working on games with different, and it's going to take a little bit for them to get to the point where they're able to put them out. I think sometimes I feel like Xbox is thinking long term. Like, we bought all these companies, and they don't have anything we can exclusive, because we can't exclusive COD, we can't, none of that. So why don't we wait and develop some things that, if the only way you're going to play it is if you have the Netflix of gaming, which is the Xbox Game Pass.
What?
And, like, maybe it becomes one of, something super badass, right? That's the only thing that I'm thinking that they're thinking of.
To me personally, it has to be, because you can't. The way I'm gonna look at it as this, business wise, you kind of fell, and you fell hard, because at the end of the day, you're looking at a bunch of people that turned tail and went to PlayStation. You know what I mean? So for you to acquire all these people back, you will have to bring out something that is very badass, that you can only think, because that's the only way you're going to hit it. That's the only way you're going to hit the nail on the coffin over there. You got to bring out something that's really like, I'm going to bring this certain game out at this timing, because this is going to bring everybody back. But you can't just do one. You might have to do multiple.
Yeah, which I feel like, granted, like, again, I don't know, but I feel like if you're going to buy all this shit, it's for a reason. It's not just to flex your muscles. It has to be like, why are we wasting? If I can buy all these different groups, Activision, Blizzard, why not? And all the subgroups underneath them, you got to be cooking something, right?
You got to be, but then
you got to be cooking.
But then again, there's people that are out here that go like, "Aha, you can't get it. That's why I bought it."
Niggas just Thanos. Yeah. I got the gauntlet.
Because at the end of the day, the one thing I could say, you bought Activision, you bought Blizzard, you're gonna make money off of Sony no matter what. Mm-hmm. Because technically speaking, Diablo is still on Sony.
Ooh, so basically,
so that could be a power move.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day,
the shit that makes y'all money.
You got to think about it. Even with COD, they always said they said COD has 60% of people on PlayStation that played it more than for Xbox. So when you sit down here and really think about that in a business aspect of financials, I'm gonna own the company that runs you. The only other aspect of that is if Sony comes back and says, "Okay, cool, you can own it, but you ain't gonna get paid from me because I'm gonna take this off my market."
But then
there's a loss.
If Sony takes COD off just because they're like, we own it, y'all got to pay us a check, you're gonna lose the specific audience that only plays COD, and that's a lot. That's a lot of gamers nowadays. The clips that I watch is either Fortnite or Warzone.
Really and truly, I'm not gonna lie to you. If we gotta be honest about it, that's more streaming gamers than anything else.
I mean, that's true because
just like GTA, if you think about it, a lot of the GTA gamers that we see now is more streamers than anybody else, and it's a whole different program.
But look, before the streaming even became popular, that's basically what you're seeing on YouTube and people doing run-throughs and shit. This is how you do this, or they're just putting their clips of them out there playing on multiplayer. I think there's a good percentage of people who play shit like Fortnite and fucking COD and fucking what's that other one? I can't remember the name of it right now, but like even Marvel Rivals, it's all in that kind of like arena. Yeah. So like you would lose because some people that's all they play. They bought the PlayStation or the Xbox to play this. That's the reason why they don't got Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day,
to me that debate goes different because at the end of the day that gotta go statistical. And
yeah.
The reason why that debate is kind of still up in the air because at the end of the day, even if Tony, to me, I always go like this, and it's not just a toot. It's like if we're gonna do something, there's a reason. And like you said, when Xbox bought these things, was a reason. I can't tell you if it was just a flex because at the end of the day, we could buy more than you, or it could just be a smart move that Sony said, "I'm gonna let you waste your goddamn money, and I don't give a damn." But also, it turns back to the same situation again too. Like when you talk about it, like, oh yeah, COD could be a thing, but once again, a lot of the players now is more streamers than it was thing before. Yes, I'm not gonna say console did its thing, but a lot of them now are streamers. A lot of gamers is now streamers compared to just being on Xbox. Because even from the guys we listen to, Brad and all these guys, shout out to them. A lot of them go from I'm playing on computer to I'm playing on Xbox, I'm playing on PlayStation because they try to see which one has the better graphics or which one has the better outlook on it, so that they could promote it and present it to everybody. So that is more to get into that conversation. That's more of a statistical situation, and
maybe one day we lock in.
One day we can. If that's what you want to tap into,
we
can tap into
straight nerd out. I'm down with it.
I just find that's how I just see it as
I think we just talked for an hour about.
But this is a side piece.
Yeah, this is a side piece. But side piece. We gonna. What do y'all think about that one? Should we tap into that or not?
I think we save that for
another episode because I feel this will be a PlayStation versus Xbox war inside this, and y'all will be entertained because
sprinkle of PC,
a sprinkle of Nintendo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Nintendo I ain't gonna shit on Nintendo. They've been rocking. They've been here for a while. You know what I mean? Nintendo is what I feel a lot of us got drawn to.
Yeah,
in the beginning.
That was my first system.
That was the first system.
Didn't Nintendo used to own like Sega or something like that? Or they were like a counterpart or something like that?
Technically, the big ones were Sega and Nintendo until, PlayStation came in and just
Sega fucked up.
Yeah. We going to leave that for next time because there's a whole deep story for that one. There's a whole deep story for that one, and we'll have a nerd out episode for y'all.
So, what's up? We got some...
We got Uncle D. You ready for this one?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Y'all already know what it is.
I'm a little rusty.
About that. Guess them bars. Take it away, Uncle D.
All right. So like always, I got 3 bars or verses, either one for y'all, and then Taz and Archie gonna guess from the options at the end. We'll make it a little easy on them.
we starting out easy. It's been a week. We need a little easiness.
All right, cool.
What you got? Who was the reigning champ? Archie was the reigning champ last time.
Y'all tied it up.
I think we tied it up, but I think I did.
Archie won because he had 3. I had 2. He had 3.
I think after.
I mean, every episode is a fresh match, so it's not.
Yeah, well, we keeping tallies.
We keeping
tallies now.
I do. It's like football season.
I think one of these days we're gonna do a recap on who actually won this thing because I don't even remember.
Yeah, I think I'm like 3 and 4.
I think Joe won one at one point. The guest won.
The guest always clean sweeping everybody.
Nah. Jay didn't clean. Jane did clean.
No, he won.
No,
Jay win the one when he was on it.
No,
did he not?
No, we got to go back. First and foremost, we got to understand. Shout out to D-Stock, but he lost. D-Stock's lost.
He missed the whole question.
It don't matter. D-Stocks came in and didn't clear shit.
All right, that's the only guess.
Shout out to D-Stocks. Go check him out in Philadelphia. What a promo, right?
All right, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Soaking in Remy, sitting back smoking a 20. Shit is scabby. The hustling is so in me. Never shown envy. Got a style I maxed. I'm like a Poe back in '84. Now smile at that. Unseen when I'm low, but still right in your face. I'm so skinny, but that semi-auto's right in my waist. From Jags to Jeeps, hoopties to the raggedy seats. Just imagine how I'm moving if we had any beef. What y'all think?
What? Whoa. They're nice. The man said, this is different. You got to guess who this is, really.
Who it is?
Who really is it?
All right. So here's your options. 99 Problems, Jay-Z. Problems, AZ. It ain't hard to tell, Nas.
I thought he was about to say somebody else with a Z in his name. I really thought he was about to.
Like, I don't know any other Z rappers.
Facts. I was like, where's he going?
So you got AZ, Problems, Ain't Hard to Tell, Nas, 99 Problems, Jay-Z.
I don't think.
Can you spit it one more time?
Yeah, one more time.
One more time. Soaking in Remy, sitting back smoking a 20. Shit is scabby, the hustling is so in me. Never show envy, got a style I maxed. I'm like a Poe back in '84. Now smile at that. Unseen when I'm low, but still right in your face. I'm so skinny, but that semi-auto's right in my waist. From Jags to Jeeps, hoopties with the raggedy seats. Just imagine how I'm moving if we had any beef.
That's definitely not 99 Problems. I've listened to that song. If it is, I'm gonna feel R-worded.
You said AZ Problems, and you said what's the next one?
That's Problems, AZ. Ain't Hard to Tell, Nas. 99 Problems, Jay-Z.
I'm going, for some reason.
I want to go Nas.
Yeah, me too. Honestly, but
then I'm thinking of Problems from AZ. I'm gonna hit Nas with this one. I'm gonna hit Nas.
I'm gonna do the AZ part. I'm gonna do AZ.
It's Problems, AZ.
Yeah.
See, and I had it in my head. I was thinking that.
Look,
I was like, it's spitting that.
I was rapping it like Nas in my head, but I'm like this because the reason why this game is so hard, y'all, is because this man.
It's so monotone with this.
Yeah, it's like
Ain't nothing.
Ain't nothing changed.
Nothing out of me.
Nothing changed. The man is talking to you.
So I was rapping it like Nas in my head, but then I'm like, this don't sound like what Nas would write.
Bro.
I know it's not 99 Problems. It don't sound like Nas. It don't sound like Nas's pen. Yeah, so you know what I mean.
And I had him first. You see, sometimes you gotta go with your
Should've
gut.
stuck with it,
I should have stuck with it because that's who it was keep popping up from. Well, go ahead, bro.
All right, here's the next group. You know the 10th house across the street from Davis? Tankeys Lord, save him. I just read it. I'm like, what the hell is it saying? All right.
It's from the top.
From the top, brother.
No, I'm not going to get that part right at all. So it's just,
He said,
you just want to hear me mess that one part up. The rest is going to be fine.
all right.
This guy.
You know the 10th house across the street from Davis? Tankaki's Lord, save him. My bandana said, fuck the neighbors. Wilmington moves. My Pendleton blue. Guess I'm confusing niggas. Pull up on my ops. Hop out the cuddy like I'm cool with niggas. Memoirs of a Compton nigga. Thought I was a samurai. Chopping up them bricks up through Bompton with him. Smith and Wesson. He bought his sponsors with him. He a monster with him. I know what's on your mind. I'm about to press your conscience with him. Try me, we gonna pull your card and take your ID. Get a bad bitch from IG, had her put ketamine in your IV.
Who is the artist?
All right. Doghouse, Ravon. Hood gonna love it, J-Rock. Impalas and Hydraulics, Reason.
That's definitely somebody old enough to use. I'm going Ravon. Never mind. I locked my answer in. I'm not gonna change it. I'm gonna stand on business. Rayvon, because I was about to change it, but I'm gonna stick to it.
I feel my phone. I'm gonna do J-Rock.
Locked in.
Yeah, locked in.
Well, you're both wrong. It was Apollo and hydraulics. Reason.
No way.
Reason.
Damn. All right. Well, fuck. All right.
All right, here we go. The last one.
Damn.
All right.
Them bars is hard though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Them bars is hard.
Niggas be rapping.
Facts.
And you know, before we started, low key, I knew I was wrong, but I was like, you know what? I was like, nah. I said Rayvon. I had to stick because Rayvon, he has a different cadence. Like he raps very West Coast, but even with you reading it like that, it sounds like more lyrical. And
All three of them is.
I myself don't feel like Rayvon is lyrical, but he's not like with his pen. Like I don't know. It's just the way I hear Rayvon when you know. I don't think his pen works that way. You know what I'm saying? So I should have with my first thing, which would have been Reason, but you know, whatever.
You know, I just realized what that damn thing is. It's tan khakis, like the pants. Yeah, I was like, there ain't no way. I said the word over and over. And I was like, this nigga talking about pants.
Take a cheese.
I'm here pronouncing it all weird and shit.
Take a cheese.
All right, let's go.
That is wild.
All right.
You can try and come at me, but do you want the kickback? You step inside the cage of a pit, and you get bit back, huh? My war is so tight, my drama's so ill. Beef with me hangs around like an unpaid bill. I push these lyrics through any MC and make it burn. So the niggas who be rhyming next will miss a turn. When you speak on who's the dopest MC, I don't come up. But when you speak of who's the livest MC, I stand one up. I stay one up.
This sounds familiar.
Okay. All right. Disgusted Cause. Well, Disgusted Cause's verse. The Militia, Freddie Fox verse. Trouble on My Mind, Pusha T verse.
I got trouble on my mind. Hey, I'm going with that. I cannot remember Pusha's verse, but I feel like some of that scheme, that rhyme scheme, when you said Pusha T, I was like, it gotta be. But I'm probably wrong as fuck.
Ooh, I'm making a wild guess, my boy. I'm making a wild guess. I'm gonna just go. What's the middle one? Freddie Fox.
Yeah, The Militia, Freddie Fox.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there.
Freddie Fox.
Oh,
Damn. Oh, we tied it up. It's 1-1.
You know what? I'm gonna throw. I had the song set for the next episode. We just gonna go.
You got a tiebreaker?
Yeah. We gonna have.
All
We
right.
got tiebreaker.
Let's do it.
You know what I mean?
Let's do it.
Oh, this is a fun one.
Damn, I can't believe Trouble on My Mind. That shit go hard to me. If y'all ain't never heard that shit, y'all listen to it.
Let's see if y'all remember this one.
yeah, I ain't gonna. I'll be wondering one day if once we continue to do this, if this man gonna spit one of our verses and see if we can remember our shit.
Watch,
On song.
On some random like one of our earlier verses and go like, do you? And it's like, let's see who sent this.
Like, who is this?
Who's Archie?
Joe the Poet.
Like,
Oh.
like do you know your own verse? Imagine you get it wrong.
Yeah, that's Tazz.
That's Tazz. No, it's you.
Damn. I nigga be like this. I need to really start memorizing my shit. Damn. And the way I be moving, that definitely could happen. Because I just be rapping. Anyway.
Go ahead, bro. Tiebreaker on this one.
Shorty crunk, so fresh, so clean. Can't she fuck that? The question been harassing me. In the mind, this bitch is fine. I done came to the club about 50, 11 times. Now, can I play with your panty line?
I feel
The club.
Can I play with your panty line? Yeah, I already know where this is going, brother. I was just gonna claim that dub.
Oh, all right. No, I'm finishing just to keep it safe for y'all. The club owner said I need to calm down. Security guard's gonna sweat me now. Nigga drunk than a motherfucker. Threaten me now. Here's your options. They are all by Little John and the East Side Boys. Guess the song. I Don't Give a Fuck. Get Low. Real Nigga Roll Call.
I'll let you go.
I like how you did that because I'm trying to play everything in my head.
I want to shout my mama out to this because she used to bump this shit in my fucking childhood.
What was? Say it again.
I Don't Give a Fuck. They're all Little John and the East Side Boys.
Mm-hmm.
I Don't Give a
all
Fuck.
All three songs are great songs.
Yeah.
Badass songs. I love all three of those songs.
Yeah, I Don't Give a Fuck. Get Low.
I feel I'm about to
Real
get this
Nigga Roll
wrong.
Call.
I'm about to get this wrong. Fuck me, bro.
Say what's on your heart, brother. Speak. Say what's on your heart. Taz over here conflicted. I remember you were conflicted. Misused your influence. I did the same. Oh, shit.
What was the first one?
I Don't Give a Fuck.
I'm gonna just go with that one because I know I'm really trying to run it through my head and it's not clicking for me. I'm
going Get Low.
You see, and I will be mad because I was go ahead.
It's Get Low.
Get low.
And I'm running through my head like I'm trying to get the lyric. And that's the one I'm going through. I'm like, I'm singing this shit through my head.
You
I'm
know
like,
it. That was the bop, bro. That took over the radio when it came out.
And I'm singing this.
I need to calm down. Yeah,
in my head, I'm just running it through. I'm like, I'm trying to get to it. I'm like, I'm not hearing it. Wow.
Mystical. Mystical's verse, right?
Was it Mystical?
Yeah, that's Mystical.
Oh, he wasn't? Nah, that wasn't Mystical.
It's not Mystical. No, not.
Mystical was one in which song was it? Because
Let's look it up real quick.
Check that low.
I think it was Real Nigga Roll Call he was in.
Mystical.
I think so.
I want to say, I know Cube is in Real Nigga Roll Call.
No, yeah, you're right. It's Cube.
Yeah, Cube. But no, I think they got a few. They got a lineup in Real Nigga Roll Call. I know it gotta be. Matter of fact, the reason why I feel like, because I ain't listened to that song in a minute, but I just seen something on TikTok about it not too long ago. Because they were going over this man's verse, and I was like, yeah, that shit did eat. They were like, this man was a menace in the club. The club owner gotta come over to you and say, you need to calm down. It's crazy. Can I play with your penny line? That nigga, can I play with your penny line? Club owner said, need to calm down. Bruh, that shit is crazy.
Oh man.
Because I'm trying to think, because if it ain't Mystical, it's I'm trying to think that was it PD Pablo. PD Pablo.
Gotta be him.
It's PD Pablo that I'm thinking of. That is exactly who that is. Yeah, PD was on that motherfucker going crazy. That's exactly who I'm thinking of. Niggas with raspy voices. Yeah, I'm like rap niggas. But no, that's PD. Apple Music. Here we go. Real quick, just to confirm that I know what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna have to cut this out of YouTube. Damn.
No,
wait,
hell
I
no.
forgot your phone
Leave
ain't
it all
connected.
in. Yeah, it's PD Pablo. It is PD Pablo. Yeah, it's as soon as you put up. Oh yeah. Anyway, I'll take that. I'll take that dub.
Yeah, you will take it.
I'll take that tiebreaker.
That was nice.
I'm glad you went back to the days that I was young. You know what?
I'm like how you said the days when he was young, like we all ain't the same goddamn
We
age.
all the same age.
We all the same age.
My young was different because y'all grew up listening to soca and stuff like that. Am I wrong?
Not all the time.
Not,
But your parents was turning on Lil Jon and the East Side Boys.
No.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I had to shout out my mama because I wouldn't even know that song if we weren't in that little busted ass white Honda that she owned driving through Dallas, Texas, playing that shit. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, plus back in the early 2000s, Lil Jon was the king.
yeah.
That was the nigga. You fuck with Lil Jon.
That was
gonna
every.
be-
That was every like little. That song played a lot.
party,
Every party, bro. For us.
369. Now you fine. One more time, get low.
Yeah, that played at every
Get
song.
low, get
Every
low,
party.
get low. Wait a minute, what's up?
That's like
To the window.
to the wild.
To the wall.
That's like listening to that and then going back to Juvenile. That's one of them songs that always play, bro. Shit.
I'm still waiting for this nigga to drop some Freddie Gibbs in this motherfucking mix. I think he did one time. It was one of our earlier episodes when we were over at Element
14.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I drove by a school today, and they had an Element 14 thing in their like football area where they practice, and it damn near made me drop a tear.
Because I was 14.
Yes, they had the whole thing. It was like, I guess Element 14 sponsored them at one point, the school, the football team, and I was like, damn, I can't believe they gone.
Facts.
Like, damn, but humble beginnings.
Yeah, that's where we started and look where we at now. We just on to
Forced
big
us
to go on our own.
invest.
It gave us a taste of what it's supposed to be and look where we at now.
Yeah,
You know
because
what I
if
mean?
we would have stopped when Element 14, man, that's why I love y'all. To be honest, this is my last statement before we close this thing. I love y'all. Y'all my brothers. Y'all jump out into the motherfucking water whenever the water up here. Y'all jump into it. Dylan be like, fuck it. I'm getting the podcast equipment.
Facts.
Yeah, didn't ask nobody. Didn't. Next thing we know, we got podcast equipment. We talking about camera. Next thing you know, there's a camera. You know, that lets me know that I'm where I'm supposed to be
Yes, sir.
because I'm around the people who are taking this shit as serious as I take it, and that means something to me at the end of the day. Because the amount of sacrifice that I have to put in just to get myself ready to do this, it pays off. Even though I'm not seeing nothing specific right now. What pays off to me is I sit here and I get to enjoy and I get to bond with my brothers, and we get to do something that we don't get to do, and that's just talk. Sometimes because we be working so goddamn much. Well, if we do talk, it has to be quick or whatever, you know. Or we talking about work, or we talking about life. But we don't get to just talk about the shit that we care about a lot, you know. And that makes me happy. It makes me feel like, you know what, I have a release valve. So anyway, don't make me start crying in this motherfucker.
On that
Before we
note,
close out,
what you
I just
got?
want to say, anyone listening that's an artist, if y'all want us to review your music, we will do so. I'm still trying to figure out YouTube rules about that, playing music, but we'll figure that out. But yeah, send your music in to our email, Lyrically Acclaimed Podcast, gmail.com. We'll listen to it and
Give our opinions.
yeah.
And also, I will say this to all our fans out there. We love y'all and we appreciate y'all. But if there's anything y'all want us to talk about, anything that y'all want our opinions on,
We talk about anything on
West
Anything.
Texas Reloaded at gmail.com.
or hit us up at Lyrically Acclaimed at gmail.com.
One way or the other.
Come and show out. You know what I mean? Same thing. There's a lot of things that we do talk about. We'll talk about anything. We really have no filter on that. So whatever y'all want us to talk about, reach out.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
And then on the music side, you want to hear what we got going on? Look up
Next.
Ill-Minded Tazz on Apple,
on
Spotify, Amazon.
and
Look up Archie, A.R.C.H.I.E on every platform. Look up. You want to find me on TikTok? You want to hear me yap and just make stupid videos? Archpocalypse, same as Instagram, same as YouTube.
Yeah, just find us out, bro.
West Texas Reloaded YouTube, West Texas Reloaded TikTok, West Texas Reloaded Instagram,
Lyrically Acclaimed,
Lyrically
podcasts,
Acclaimed, yeah, man.
IG, Facebook, YouTube,
And if you're not
tailgate sessions,
We
IG,
out there.
Facebook,
YouTube,
YouTube.
And
we are out here.
I'm gonna look right into the mic when I talk to y'all niggas. I said right into the mic. First off, I fucked up already. I'm gonna look right to the camera. Thank y'all.
For
We love
everything.
y'all.
Peace.
Later.
The way I spit hits harder than a knife.